You think you know who you are. A name, a story, a collection of memories arranged into something you call me. But what if I told you it's all fiction? A costume you built to survive among other liars. Every smile, every virtue, every belief, performance. Every word you speak, calculation. You are not a person, you are a strategy. Beneath the clothes, the morals, the social masks, there's only one truth, the animal that wants to win. You pretend it's love, justice, purpose, but strip away the language and it's hunger. Power disguised as principle, fear disguised as empathy, control disguised as kindness. The world doesn't reward truth, it rewards illusion. And every human, saint or sinner, is addicted to pretending they're better than the creature in the mirror. But that creature is the real you. The one who'd lie to survive, betray to be loved, destroy to be remembered. You are not good. You are not evil. You are human. And that's the most dangerous thing of all. And once you face that truth, you cannot look away. Every layer of pretense, every illusion you've built to comfort yourself, it begins to crumble. Society, morality, love, ambition, all tools, all mirrors, all distractions. The human animal beneath is patient, cunning, and relentless. It waits for weakness, seizes opportunity, and thrives on chaos disguised as order. From this vantage, the world is no longer what you believed. Humans are not noble. They are adaptive, not righteous, but strategic. Every action, every belief, every identity is calculated, consciously or unconsciously, to survive, dominate, or simply be remembered. To understand identity is to understand instinct, and to understand instinct is to recognize that no one is truly free of the patterns that bind them. The masks may change, the languages may differ, the civilizations rise and fall, but the machinery is eternal. This is the stage upon which the human drama unfolds, brutal, indifferent, and merciless. And now, it is time to strip the illusion entirely and see what humans really are. Every human being believes they are different, unique, special. But when stripped of words, costumes, and applause, they are the same pattern repeated endlessly. Fear, desire, power, survival. That is the blueprint. Everything else is decoration. The child grows, learns to mimic, to charm, to hide. Soon it learns that honesty is dangerous and pretense is profitable. From that moment, innocence dies, replaced by the first mask. Human identity begins not with truth, but with concealment. To live among others, man learns to perform. And the better he performs, the higher he climbs. Human beings do not want truth. They want coherence. A story about themselves that makes existence tolerable. Ask a man who he is, and he will tell you his occupation, his memories, his tastes, his beliefs, but not the machinery beneath them. Not the hunger that drives him, not the fear that shapes him. Identity is not truth. It is a survival strategy, refined by millennia of social adaptation. Humans invent themselves to be loved, to be accepted, to belong. But beneath every identity lies the same calculation. What must I appear to be so that others will not devour me? That is the real self, not the one you describe, but the one that negotiates silently for safety. Society is a theater. The stage is public life. The audience, everyone you fear. Each man performs a role. The humble worker, the virtuous friend, the visionary leader, the victim, the savior. The script changes, but the motive remains. Power in its countless forms. Human beings act not to express truth, but to control perception, to appear good, not to be good, to appear righteous, not to do right. Because the crowd rewards illusion more than authenticity. The mask that flatters is adored. The face that reveals truth is despised. The wise learn to master their masks. The foolish believe they have none. The human mind is not built for honesty. It is built for survival. When reality threatens, it edits. When conscience burns, it rationalizes. When failure strikes, it blames. When power tempts, it justifies. Every human is both deceiver and deceived, lying to others to control them, lying to themselves to endure. The most dangerous illusion is not the one we tell others, but the one we believe about ourselves. You think you are moral because your environment rewards your version of morality. Change the environment, and your virtue collapses like wet paper. Man's morality ends where his fear begins. Humanity celebrates goodness, but only when it is safe. A kind man in a peaceful world is praised. A kind man in a cruel world is crushed. Goodness without strength is decoration. Mercy without power is surrender. Compassion without judgment is naivety. The strong can afford virtue. The weak use it as camouflage. They speak of peace because they cannot win wars. They preach morality because they lack the means to enforce their will. Goodness is admirable only when it is voluntary, and that requires power. Without it, good is just another word for harmless. No human is free from the instinct to dominate. Even the modest seek control, if not over nations, then over partners, friends, or followers. Power is not corruption. Power is clarity. It exposes what the mask hides, who you are when consequence disappears. The saint with power becomes a ruler. The coward with power becomes a tyrant. The fool with power destroys himself. You can judge a man by what he does when he no longer fears losing his place. That is the moment his true identity surfaces, pure, unfiltered, unmasked. Beneath humility, there is ambition. Beneath gentleness, there is control. Beneath love, there is the need to possess. Every virtue, every emotion, a strategy in disguise. Desire is the invisible chain. Humans worship it, obey it, die for it, yet pretend to master it. Desire builds empires and burns them down. It drives progress, art, war, and love. It is the engine of civilization and its executioner. Every identity is a reflection of desire. Desire for respect becomes pride. Desire for control becomes ambition. Desire for safety becomes morality. Desire for validation becomes virtue. No one escapes desire. They only rename it. The crowd shapes the self. Man does not look inward to find who he is. He looks sideways. What do others praise? He imitates. What do others condemn? He hides. The opinions of the herd are the cage of the individual. The modern man believes himself liberated, but he is enslaved by approval. Every post, every performance, every confession, a plea. See me. Approve me. Confirm that I exist without validation, he dissolves. Because identity, in truth, is a mirror of the audience. And when the mirror disappears, so does the self. Humans spend their lives fearing external enemies, but the real enemy lives inside, the self that sabotages, that fears its own potential. The mind is a battlefield between desire and discipline, ambition and guilt. It wants to rise, but also to rest. It dreams of greatness, but fears responsibility. So it builds excuses. It's not the right time. I'm not lucky. The world is unfair. Excuses are the lullabies of failure. They allow man to avoid the truth that his greatest opponent is his own cowardice. Most people will never face it. They will die blaming circumstances instead of their own submission. Humans do not crave truth. They crave comfort. They build religions to escape chaos, ideologies to escape complexity, relationships to escape solitude. They create systems of meaning so they never have to stare into the void. Truth is unbearable because it kills innocence. It exposes the fraud of identity, that everything you believe about yourself is a design for survival. This is why the world silences those who speak too clearly. Truth dismantles the machinery of illusion, and the machinery is sacred. Humans declare all men equal, then spend their lives competing to prove they are superior. Equality is the most comforting fiction ever written. It hides the brutal fact that nature never cared for fairness. Some are born stronger, sharper, colder. Others are born to follow, to obey, to fill the spaces the powerful leave behind. The wise do not waste energy resenting this. They use it. They accept hierarchy as the spine of order, because where all are equal, no one leads, and chaos reigns. Equality soothes the powerless. Reality rewards the strategic. Every belief, no matter how sacred, is a convenience. Change the incentives, and conviction bends. Men die for gods until a new god offers more reward. They fight for nations until the nation fails to pay them. They swear loyalty until loyalty costs too much. Conviction is stable only when it profits. When it threatens comfort, it vanishes. This is the true shape of faith: conditional, adaptable, transactional. Humans pretend it is noble. It is survival, dressed in ceremony. Man believes himself free because he can choose his chains. He selects his ideology, his career, his distractions, and calls it freedom. But real freedom is dangerous. It demands responsibility, solitude, and clarity. 3 things most people will never tolerate. So they trade freedom for belonging, independence for approval. They obey invisible masters, habits, fears, desires, and call it destiny. Freedom is not in doing what you want. It is in not needing to, and almost no one achieves it. To truly see yourself is to destroy yourself, because what you find beneath the layers of justification and pride is not a saint, but an animal, cunning and afraid. The mind resists this realization with all its strength. It invents virtues to cover instincts, principles to excuse weakness. But the instinct remains. Few can face it without breaking. Most prefer illusion. To live in the lie that they are good, chosen, meaningful. But truth is merciless. You are not what you believe. You are what you do when no one is watching. Human nature is a paradox. It builds civilization, then poisons it. It seeks order, then rebels against it. It craves peace, then creates war to feel alive again. Man wants meaning, but worships distraction. He dreams of love, but feeds on control. He builds gods to justify his desires, then breaks them when they demand sacrifice. The species evolves in tools, not in character. It perfects its weapons faster than its wisdom, and still, it calls itself enlightened. What then is human identity? It is not the mask you wear, nor the soul you imagine. It is the sum of your instincts, your lies, and your choices under pressure. Strip away the narrative, and you find a creature of appetite and fear, desperate for permanence in a world that offers none. Yet within that desperation lies brilliance, the power to adapt, to scheme, to build, to dream. Man is both parasite and creator, slave and ruler, liar and visionary. This duality is not his flaw, it is his essence. His strength is not purity, but contradiction. He survives because he is willing to become anything. That is the secret of the human animal. No fixed identity, only infinite masks, all worn to endure the same void. So look at yourself, not the story, not the name, not the title, the pattern. You want control, you fear rejection, you crave validation, you pretend it is virtue. You are not evil, you are not divine, you are adaptation given consciousness. Every saint, every tyrant, every lover, every liar, variations of the same code. Different masks, same machine. Call it ugly, call it brilliant, call it human, but never call it pure.